Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. Today is not that exciting. So basically, if you did watch the last video and you watched it till the very end, you would know what today is going to be about. So yeah, not looking forward to this. Corvette is broken. I knew it was going to break already. But yeah, we're going to do a huge job on jack stands. Stay tuned. So pretty much after I got the AC going in the car, I went to go take it, to go for a drive, and all of a sudden, no more shifting. Stop shifting on me. I hear loud grinding and spinning, so I know it has something to do with the drive shaft, torque tube probably, unless the throwout bearing exploded, which could have happened. So right now I'm going to be getting the car up as high as possible off the ground and taking off the inspection cover and trying to see if that is the issue, but most likely from the way it's been driving, it probably has something to do with the torque tube. And so if anybody knows anything about Corvettes, torque tube has to come out. You gotta take the whole rear end out, and if you're gonna take the torque tube out, you might as well do the clutch. So not what I was looking forward to doing, at least not this soon. I've driven the car maybe, well, inside the drive home, maybe 2 hours, maybe. Since it's been tagged with AC, 2 minutes. Yeah, so I'm glad it broke down in front of my house, so I didn't have to tow it. And I'm not quite too sure if I have the skills to do this, but watched a lot of YouTube and called around in a lot of shops, and they're telling me roughly like, $1,500 to $2,000 to do the job, and that's with me getting my own parts, and that has nothing to do with the torque tube. That's just a clutch job. So I'm trying to find a source out a used torque tube for right now, but I'm going to pull it out and pull it apart and see if that is actually even the case before I buy anything. So yeah, if you guys want to stay tuned, this is going to be it's going to be a series, because for one, I've never done this. And I have no idea what it's going to entail personally doing it on my own with my, with my experience of being a mechanic. So I have no idea. This might be a little bit more than I can chew, but what else are we gonna do? I ain't gonna pay a shop to do it when I can do it. Stop being lazy. So yeah, basically that's it. So if you guys want to stay along for this journey, the JR Garage Corvette coming back to life. I do feel like after this though, the car runs perfectly fine, and after I get this fixed, then it's like we can really start enjoying the car and having some fun with it. So we shall see. Fingers crossed this doesn't take too long, and yeah, I'm gonna start this project, and if all goes well, I'll finish the project. So anyways, let's get into today. Let's get it going. And for everybody that wants an AMG update, we're sitting in the AMG. Okay, AMG is still here. She's old reliable. She's still not on E85 again. I gotta change the plugs, put it back on E. I have some videos coming up soon for the AMG. Trust me, I know you guys are waiting for those. So but just right now, focusing on the vet. Got the vet shirt on. Let it go. There she is. This is where she's gonna stay for a little while I figure out how to get her fixed. Yeah, we're doing it in the road. Yay. Don't have a garage right now to put it in, and don't have a lift, so this will be fun. Okay, so this is what we're looking like right now. Have it up in the air. Really don't trust it, so that's frustrating, but that's how it says to do it. So should be enough clearance for me to get my fat ass under there and start working. So I'm going to start by removing the wheels, and then the upper control arms, and shocks, and brake calipers, and brake line, and e-brake on both sides. So once I get all that off, again, I'm not doing in-depth videos. There's tons of in-depth videos, so I'm just doing it and showing you guys what I'm doing, bringing you along. yeah, there's way more informative, proper term, proper spec type of videos. I'm just a YouTube mechanic DIY, showing the average person can do more than you realize by watching YouTube and having a couple Harbor Freight tools. Really not too excited about this though. It's gonna be a long process. Once I get that taken care of, I also need to get the exhaust back off that I had just struggled to fight to put on last week. I gotta remove that again, and then I'm gonna take off all the I think it's 36 8mm for the torque tube and get it exposed, and then I think that'll call it today. So stay tuned. Alright, so we're underneath the vet right now. Just got the exhaust pulled off. Sorry, the camera looks a little funky right now. I'm a little close to the camera. But yeah, I got the exhaust pulled off, and I got the inspection cover pulled off. And so it looks like we didn't explode the throwout bearing, and the clutch doesn't look bad. Obviously got to remove it to see what the hot spots look like. But the rear main is definitely leaking. So let me try to see if I can get you guys a view of this. So here we go. Here we go. So we got the, you know, obviously we have the oil pan leak, but the rear main is probably the main root of this. It is filthy in there. Clutch is okay looking now, nothing too crazy. And then as you can see, the throwout bearing in there, nothing happened to it. And I pressed the throwout bearing from being underneath here. Had my dad push the clutch in, and there's nothing wrong with it. But so right now, we are gonna be, this is the torque tube. I'm starting to take the bolts out. As you can see, there's 36 of them, so I gotta do this side. And like I said in the last exhaust video, you know, it's caked on here. So once we pull this torque tube down and clean it up, we're gonna see what it is. But yeah, so right now we just got the wheels off, and I'm gonna expose the torque tube, and then I'll be going to the outside and finishing up getting everything ready. And then tomorrow when I come back at it, you know, I think we're gonna finally start trying to drop this thing down. It's really not too bad once you get into it. We'll have to see what happens. I don't know. Just kind of playing it by ear and working on this thing alone underneath the car. It's kind of difficult. So, but yeah, stay tuned. Okay, and there it is, the torque tube. You can physically see it now that they pan out of the way. So yeah, we're getting somewhere. Yeah. Should be able to get all these out. Yeah, this doesn't look like it's gonna be too bad. I mean, we shall see, but I definitely think I can get it done. I feel more and more confident the more and more I go each step. So yeah, this is the nasty old jammy. What I want to do, it's gonna be too fucking loud and too much heat, but I want to turn it on in here if I can hear the noise coming in the torque tube when it's spinning. But that would be insane. And I don't trust the car either, the way it's sitting. Alright, so I officially completed one side. Super simple. I mean, basic tools, pretty easy. So let me show you what it looks like on one side. So what we're looking at is I disconnected the upper control arm, put the bolts back in. They were, where were they? What was it? I don't even know what size it was. I think it was a 15 or 17. 17. And then 14s or 13s, can't remember. Right there's two of them. Shock is blown, as you can see. And then I had to take this out because I have the whatever adjusted ride magnetic shock, whatever crap it's called. Then there's just a bunch of stuff you're gonna unplug. Took this ground off, unplugged it, this harness. And then right here, the e-brake. You just unhook it. It's two 15mm bolts back here. They go right there. You can see I put them back in. That one's sticking out and the one a little bit lower. Right here, the two 15s. The speed sensor right here. I unplugged that. Caliper. It's two 15s right here. The two 15s right there. Boom and boom. And I just put it up with some wire. And we're completely ready to go on this side. There's nothing else connected to the frame. Everything else is to the subframe. I want to say, I don't know if this wiring harness though needs to get routed through and taken out more, or if it comes down with it. So I'm going to see that more later. I'm going to move over to the other side now and complete the same process to get this all ready. And then tomorrow my buddy's coming and we're going to attempt to undo these 4 subframe bolts right here. That's 1, and then right over here on this side there's 2, and then on the opposite sides in the same spots, that's where they're at. And we're gonna take those down and start lowering the subframe, and then start attacking the front torque tube bolts. And yeah, and I have to get another jack in the front too to support the engine so that it doesn't tilt too far. And we should have the torque tube and subframe on the ground tomorrow. I would say like an hour, maybe. I mean, I don't know how long it's gonna take. Today hasn't taken very long at all. It's just, I mean, I've been moving slow because of the heat. There's probably a little wind noise right now. And then what I'm thinking about doing is taking the whole subframe and everything in the Ranger and going to the local car wash and pressure washing it, getting it all nice and clean, so we have a clean surface going back in, see if we have any leaks moving forward. As of right now, I do need to remove the the clutch and flywheel. I'm not sure if I'm going to replace it or not. I know I should, but depending on how much I can get a torque tube for is going to determine whether or not I replace it or not. And once I get this job done the first time, depending on how hard it is to determine whether or not I'm going to go ahead and put the clutch in right away, or if I just come back another day at another time and put a clutch in. I mean, if so far as simple as it is, and tomorrow with an extra hand, if it remains being this easy, I have no problem just doing a clutch on another day. People are just over dramatic. But if it is a lot harder to get this subframe down, it takes us hours to get it down, then yeah, I'll probably end up leaving it down for a couple weeks and buying a clutch and just doing it all right the first time. So just depends on money. That's all it really is. And then I got to figure out how I'm going to disassemble the torque tube to figure it out, and then reassemble it. I don't know if I need to reassemble it, so we'll see. We shall see. Just stay tuned with me. I'm going to knock the other side out, and then I think we're going to be calling it a day. I'm not sure yet if, how long the video is, so we might be calling it a video as well after I do that side. So I'll have to look through it right now. So yeah, but I appreciate everybody who's following along. And yeah, so far so good, and that's crazy to say. But I still think we're going full drift. What do you guys think? Yep. Time to get this side started. Not too shabby. Well, we still do need to take apart the interior. That's a must, so that we can get the shifter and everything taken apart. But yeah, anyways, so since you guys seen it the other way, here's it all put together. So we got the bolts in there, there, that needs to come off, that e-brake plug. Well, that's about it. This side will be easier, so stay tuned. Definitely something that I hate is something that's supposed to be simple that takes way too damn long, and that's what happened on this side. It took me 3 times longer to do this side because of one bolt always, but this back bolt right here did not want to come off. So, but anyways, everything's off now, everything's loose, everything's unbolted, nothing's being held on, everything's off, held up. So yeah, that's what we're gonna stop for today. Okay, so that is gonna do it for today's video. I know it's a little shorter than usual, but I want you guys to stay tuned, following along on this C5 build. I had to get everything put away, all the tools put away, and coming back at it tomorrow. Gonna get that torque tube dropped. So here it is. She's up in the air. Gotta leave it like this for over the night. I know for a fact if I had another jack, I probably could just get the torque tube out already today. But yeah, it's not a big deal. I'd rather wait till I have a little extra help and another jack to, do it right. But there she is. Now we're gonna go get in the beast, go home and shower. All dirty, just like me. Alright, so I appreciate everybody, who's followed along this long, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and share it, leave some comments. What do you guys think? And yeah, ooh, copyright. And that's gonna do it for today's video. I appreciate everybody, like I said, and you know, we're getting it. We are getting it. And if I can do it, you can do it. I'm trying. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. So let's go. You.